building blockchain technologies that help us do more for our planet. Moderated by Justin Goldstone, with Christian Glebo, BeyondyOrcane.io, Jerry Lopez, Philcoin, Mecca Crowdsourcing, Smart Ledger, and Daniel Thompson Ivitot, Tauri Apps.
Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Justin Goldstone. I am a professor at Penn State University, as well as a visiting professor and advisory board member at Georgetown. I primarily research blockchain, supply chain management, and sustainability, but I would say my life's work is to build one of the largest blockchain incubators within the big country metaverse with our SITTech DAO project. So if you all, could you introduce yourself?
Hi all, my name is Christian Galea. I am from Croatia and I am founder of and CEO of Beyondy. We are specialized to building blockchain applications and infrastructures for ICO minings, DeFi, and private permission blockchain and distributed ledgers.
Hello everyone, my name is Maike Krautscheid and I'm the CCO of Smart Ledger. Smart Ledger is a blockchain solution distribution channel. We have access to more than 250 blockchain innovations that we bring in all sorts of industries. We customize these products and services and also create our own products and services based on a highly scalable blockchain that will make the world a better place.
Hi, I'm Daniel Thompson, and maybe the odd one out because technically I'm not in the business of blockchain. I'm a systems engineer, and my friends and I have built an open source software engineering toolkit, and I'm here to really kind of bring home this message that your architecture is actually the key to finding these big, important ecological wins.
Hi, I'm Niko De Jonghe. I'm the CEO and founder of Blockchain Valley and Blockchain Valley Virtual. Sorry that I lost my voice. My wife sold it as an NFT. We are basically making a smart city totally on blockchain technology in Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria. And we are making a one-on-one copy in the metaverse so people that cannot visit the actual city for events and so can actually follow the same things in our metaverse.
Excellent, excellent. So you made a comment about how we can leverage open source technologies to lead to a more sustainable world, and that's one thing that I always talk about often. So can you expand on that a little bit?
Well, I mean, open source isn't just a tool, it's a community, it's an ethos, it's a pathos, and I think that it's not just a way to lower your bottom line when you're designing software, but it really kind of tunes you in to what's important to especially the younger generation of developers. I mean, in my career, I've seen waves come and go, and you have this general time in your life before you have a house, before you have kids, that you can be really idealistic. And I think that this is the idealism that spawned these blockchain innovations that we're riding right now. And to have insight into where the future goes, I think we really need to not only find these people that are doing this, but also assist them with mentoring opportunities and also donations. I mean, I guess if there was a problem in open source that you might not know about, it's the sustainability of it, because everybody sees it as free real estate, and the maintainers of open source libraries, they burn out, and suddenly your software is unmaintained, unpatched, full of vulnerabilities. And you know, I think as a larger community, it's really important for us to support these people.
Excellent. Does anyone else have anything to add on that? No? All right. So I know that we mentioned that we could use decentralized autonomous organizations or DAOs to lead to a more sustainable world, to a more equitable world. Does anyone have any thoughts on that? In that I've been working with a number of DAOs, so I'm a part of ClimaDAO, where ClimaDAO is looking to purchase carbon offsets to increase the pressure of those within the industry to act more sustainably. So has anyone looked into the incorporation of DAOs within your strategies?
So what I think about the blockchain technology in the manner of making world a better place is the crowdsourcing model, definitely. So for example, you have the plastic bank. I don't know, did you ever heard for that? But it's the IBM technology where they put the vending machines on the coast of Indonesia, and you can harvest the plastic from the sea and put it into the vending machine and get the tokens for the harvested plastic. The same thing you can apply on various use cases. For example, if you have, like, we had the floods in Europe, in Germany, before 3 months ago. So basically you can crowdsource the donations and make it possible to acquire them through some way of certification, digital identity, which are well-known technology to be used in the blockchain. So everybody can be a donors and everybody can be a consumers based on the needs. And what I see as a great thing about the charities on the blockchain is when you donate something, you don't get the feeling that you are part of it if it goes to the centralized authority. With the blockchain itself, you can get into real use case, you know, and you can feel important that you are doing something.
Go ahead.
When it comes to blockchain technology, I also think these open access to a blockchain technology is very important. So permissioned, let's say, blockchain-ish solutions are, I think, not a solution for the planet, actually. Also, so a public blockchain technology that is highly scalable and that is sustainable, not only in a technological way, but also economical and ecological way. And for example, we as Smart Ledger, when we are building our applications, we are building our applications on the BSV blockchain because we think the open access, stable protocol, and the highly flexibility that you can do tokenization, smart contracts, recording contracts can be applied to all sorts of industries. And when you have a blockchain technology that can be applied everywhere at the end, their interoperable application systems can be easier provided, and at the end will make everything more sustainable, efficient, effective.
I think, like we said, sustainability, so we have to do also a lot for the environment. I think it's not only on the blockchain side, but what we as CEO from blockchain companies do with the power that we have. For example, 2-3 weeks ago, I was in Dubai on GITEX, and I was approached by 2 delegations of countries from the Middle East. I will not tell which ones because we are still negotiating. And they said, we want to catch up with Dubai. We want to have a very big blockchain hub in the Middle East. We want to make Blockchain Valley here. And I said, as a CEO, because I find the environment very important, I said, if I bring all the know-how here, if I bring the right people here, what will you do for the environment? And they were watching me like, what do you mean? I said, if I bring you the technology that you can make from the desert forest, will you do it? Because I'm not going to bring all the knowledge and all the things here that people are sitting here in the heat in the next 10 years, and it's not sustainable. So I think it has a lot to do what we take for ourselves as CEOs to do something on the environment. Like in Blockchain Valley in Bulgaria, we have 150 hectares of trees. We are going to make from every tree an NFT. We are going to make like an adopted tree NFT. So people are basically helping us to maintain that forest, to do something back for the world.
That's excellent. And I think so, to your point, and I think that this is to the point of everyone on this panel, is that to get to where we need to go, it's going to take the societal aspect. Whenever we talk about sustainability, we think environmental, right? But it's the societal aspect that's very important. And we teach a lot about the triple bottom line within business school: people, planet, and profit. But we need to understand the quadruple bottom line, and that fourth P is what you said in purpose. You need to understand the purpose of the founders of the organization, right? Because if they are there to just make money, I don't think it's going to end well, right? And one of my favorite TEDx talks is come from Dr. Alex Edmonds. And he talks about where he did a longitudinal study of the top 100 companies to work for in the U.S. And he said those that put the people first, those that focused on social responsibility, beat their competitors year over year for the last 10 years. So Alex Edmonds, EDMANS, TEDx, you will see it. My favorite TEDx talk, period. But my question is, what do you think in terms of the importance of that fourth P in purpose, just within an organization? Just forget about the sustainability, just for an organization, period. Anybody?
So I think it has to be always a mixture. Many or some companies might fail if they only focus on, we want to make the world a better place, but don't have economical background that they can actually bring these visions and inspirations to life. So also to have the people who have these visions, to have the power to bring these things to life that are envisioned. So also, for example, one of the technologies like it's proof of work, how to prove or verify a transaction. People only think then about BTC normally, and it's a waste of energy and waste of money. But actually this consensus mechanism we think is very important because it gives an economic incentive to also bring the technology forward. It's also about data security and make mechanisms more efficient, effective. So for the network to stay honest. So I think the 4 Ps are very important in every field.
I would like to add something to that. So the 4P and the organization, that's the same like when they're saying that Bitcoin is actually consuming and it's bad for environment. How I see it's a paradox. Bitcoin is too innovative for this kind of energy sources. So he's actually pushing the transformation to renewable energies. That's the same way how we see blockchain as non-governed entities. It's actually governed by miners. Miners are actually those who govern the blockchain. If they do not want to update, you get the forks. So that's the way from the perspective of the organization, how I see the 4 Ps is that the whole ecosystem is 1 P. That's the point. Everybody, if you invest in the blockchain or in any kind of cryptocurrency, you need to fight for it, if you believe it. It's not just a stock of one company which will go up and down. You will get maybe more from your investment if you take part of it. The same is doing anything over it or supporting it on any way. That's how it needs to be done. So the whole ecosystem, all those blockchain technology are actually 1 P. It's something new what's coming and something what requires completely different setup from what we have now and completely different mindset and vision.
I really think that as engineers, you know, on the one hand, you have the challenge and the excitement of solving a problem that maybe nobody ever thought about before. I feel, to answer your question directly, it's really important that engineers start to think about taking something like a Hippocratic Oath, which means you take responsibility for the monsters you bring into this world and you train them and make them into grown-ups. Because I remember when we had a paperless office, right? Email comes out and all of a sudden everybody's printing their emails. And now with the new ledger, we have 8 copies of that email. We're transacting this single document that checks on the public signature and maybe some metadata 8 times around the planet. And we're all concerned that proof of work consumes so much energy. And I think the point that a lot of people forget is sending any bit of information across any medium costs concrete electricity. The more bits you send, the more, you know, controlling elements that are in that system, the more electricity it costs. And so we've created a wonderful system that is a ledger that's probably one of the greatest inventions that the humanity has come up with. But at the same time, we need to discover ways, architectural solutions that can reduce that ecological footprint. And I'm not talking about planting 100 trees. We need to be planting billions of trees. Like, it's insane how much electricity is used for just one blockchain. And it's easy math. I encourage you to try it. It's important.
Well, that one country I was talking with, they will commit probably to 50 billion trees, so it's going the good way. I think with these electricity things, like the partners here said, blockchain is doing the opposite, because people in crypto and blockchain, they are modern hippies. They care more about the environment than everybody else. So with the smart cities we built on blockchain and so, it will be conscious cities. We will have renewable energy, we will care about the nature and so, but it's also about what we do back for the world on other sides. Like, for example, in the virtual part we are going to do, we have poor regions in the world that don't have access to, for example, classrooms and so, because it's too far to school and so, we can do for free virtual classrooms and so to give back to the community. For example, metaverse for children with autism, it's proven that it's a perfect place to learn social skills. So, of course, you need to make money because otherwise you cannot give to the community. But I think it depends on us a lot. Take money, but give a part back to the community.
Yeah, I just want to say something more. What I got in mind while listening to the guys. So basically, we speak about trees, electricity, etc., and how all that can make the world a better place. But at the end, what we miss the most is the truth in information and immutability from the source. So just putting blockchain for that will eliminate so much trouble in our everyday modern life, in smart cities which will come, in mobilities which will come, that using blockchain only for that will make it like 100 times better than now.
Yeah, immutable proof from a universal source of truth at the end. That there's, for example, like proof of ESG or ESG stamp, that companies who provide information about their sustainability, that they really are incentivized to stick to the truth they are sending out.
So as we were running out of time, I mean, that was the one thing I wanted to say is we need to educate others. We're all in this room because we get it. We're on this stage because we get it, right? The thing I share with my students is you have to shout it from the rooftops. Somebody will listen, right? And you have to have conviction, and you have to just share the knowledge so that everyone is educated. So thank you all. Thank you all for listening. We are out of time. And thank you all to the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.